How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Regen Dream Team Career Mode series. And this is going to be the third episode of the series, and before we do get into anything, I want to thank you guys for all the support you gave on the second episode. We managed to get well over 100 likes, and now we're going to be doing the next episode. And this one is going to be a bit interesting because it's going to be the first real taste of how this series is going to be formatted. In other words, I'm going to be discussing how we're going to be playing these games in this series. Basically, we're going to be simming most of the games like we did at the end of the last season in the Wimbledon career mode. I'm sure I discussed this a little bit on the first episode, but we're going to be playing the big games such as Manchester United, Liverpool as well, and also other teams such as Chelsea. Basically, the Premier League top 6, we're going to be playing the games, and then the rest of the games we're just going to be simming. With regards to European competition as well, we're going to be simming most of the group stage games, but when we get out of the group, we're going to be playing most of the knockout rounds. Hopefully I've made myself clear on that one, and now we're going to get straight back into the episode, and we might be able to make a couple of signings if we can. I had a lot of requests as well on the last episode to try and scout or even sign TOTTI's Regen. I didn't do either of those things in the first 2 episodes, but here we have TOTTI's Regen. This is TOTTI's Regen, I believe. There's no one else that fits the bill. And we'll take a little look at his stats. He looks okay physically. He doesn't really have the best strength and stamina though. I'm going to make an offer of £2 million for TOTTI's Regen, but I'm not really willing to go too much higher than that because he's not really a world beater, is he? He's not the best regen we've had. We do have a short-term loan offer from Charlton Athletic, which is very good to see for Payet's regen. I will be loaning him out with the view of recalling him and boosting his potential, because I do want to try and get him to a high 80s overall if it's possible. We seem to be getting countless transfer offers as well for Tevez's regen. He had a really good last game in the Community Shield final, and he's already had a good pre-season as well. But I'm just going to be rejecting these offers. I want to keep all the regens we've got at the club at the moment at the club. I don't want to be selling them. I just want to try and develop them as much as possible. So I've recalled Payet's regen from his loan, but I've realised he's probably not high enough overall to get an exciting prospect. I think this is the best that we can do. His valuation has gone up by 200,000, which does indicate his potential has gone up, even though his status hasn't. Although he's still showing great potential, his valuation has increased, which does show that he's going to reach his full potential a lot faster. So I have been looking at some of the news articles, and I have stumbled across this regen right here. I don't think he's a regen of a real-life player, but nonetheless, he does look like a very solid right back. He may even be someone that I potentially play at centre-back at times, because we do really lack that backup at centre-back position, but all the players that we want to sign at the moment are a little bit too young, but also they've only just retired, so we can't sign the defenders we want to sign. This guy is also English as well, so that does sway me a little bit. That does make me want to bring him in a bit more, and I'm going to make an offer of 35 million for him. We do now have our first game of the Premier League season, and this one will be against Sheffield Wednesday, and we will be going ahead and simming this game with the hope that we can get a win. And we do end up winning 1-0, which is good to see, although Ibra's regen did miss a penalty in the game. And we're going to have a bit of player training after that, and I'm hopeful that we can get some growth from this session. Hopefully for Kaká's regen especially, and we do end up seeing he's going up to a 73 overall. And also Lucci is now up to a 76 as well. FC Köln are asking for a bit too much money for Drogba's regen, and because of that, I'm going to wait until January, and I might just try and sign him on a free then. Dani Alves's regen recently came to me saying that he does want a new contract. He wants a bit more money on the wages per week, so we will just give him exactly what he wants. And good news as well, we have a transfer offer accepted from Benfica for Matti Wagstaff. That is a cracking name, I can't lie. I should just sign him based on his name. Even if he was 50 overall, I would still sign him because that name is just too hard to turn down. I will give him a 5-year deal. I will also not specify a squad role. It's unlikely he will accept these terms, but I'm just going for it anyway because I really wouldn't want to give him a squad role unless I can help it. And surprisingly enough, Matti Wagstaff has accepted the terms, So we're just going to go ahead and bring him into the club, and he's going to be a brilliant signing for us. We do have a transfer offer accepted for TOTTI's Regen as well, but this will be the final player that I sign in this window. And Matty Wagstaff is making this team look very, very nice now, especially on that right-hand side. He's made things a lot stronger. Although he's not a regen of a real-life player, it doesn't really matter because he's still a regen. He's just a randomly generated one. But we do now have the first game of the season, and this one will be against Manchester United. We will be playing this game because they are a pretty big team in the Premier League. And looking at the side that we're going with, it's a pretty strong lineup. We've got Buffon's regen in goal. We've got a back four of Jordi Alba's regen, Mats Hummel's regen, Chiellini's regen, and obviously Matt Wagstaff as well. We've got a midfield of Philip Lahm, who I am going to put on the right actually, and also Iniesta's regen. Our front four is Ronaldo's regen on the left. We've got Ribery's regen on the right. And then to finish off the team, we've got Tevez just in behind Ibra's regen. And I believe this is going to be a very interesting game. It's going to be a big test as well, because Manchester United certainly aren't a pushover. It'll be interesting to see what the Manchester United lineup looks like, and it doesn't look like they've made too many signings. They have signed Ross Barkley and Griezmann, and on the bench, have they signed anyone? They've got Pierre-Miguel Højbjerg, and I'm not really too sure who else. They've got a couple of their youth players in there as well, who are probably quite good at this stage in career mode. Going to get that one away. Tevez hasn't done well though, coming out with the ball, and it's Pereira inside to Barkley. What a save by Buffon. There we go, great interception. Now it's Tevez's regen storming through. Can he score? Yes, he can. He makes it 1-0 in this game in the 20th minute. And that's literally our first opportunity in the game, our first real opportunity on goal. And it's just a really poor challenge there by the defender. And Tevez's regen just makes it look oh so easy. Unfortunately though, we have actually got an injury here. So although we're 1-0 up, we've got an injury to Iniesta's regen. And that's going to be a bit worrying. He's gone down just after the goal celebration. And we're going to have to bring on maybe Lampard's regen. I'll bring him on in his place, but that's not looking good. I really do hope Iniesta's regen is okay, but it's not really looking good from first analysis. We'll play this one again. And it's a lot of space that we find ourselves in. It's a decent-ish ball. And it's going to be Danielson cutting inside with a really nice little bit of play. And it's somehow blocked off there by Jones. It is going to be a corner though, which we will whip into the middle. And a better delivery this time and off the line again. And we're really dominating at the moment. And another brilliant shot. And Tevez's regen almost getting his second in the game. That was so close. What on earth is going on here? What? Oh my god! That's got to be one of the best clearances, goal line clearances I've ever seen in my life. Wow, look at this. Okay, they're going to show the replay of the goal, and not what I actually want to see, but you saw it yourself. That was one hell of a clearance by Chiellini's regen. Andres Pereira intercepts back to Griezmann. Good little 1-2, and now it's Ross Barkley with the shot. And that's an incredible goal by Ross Barkley to level things up. And I have to say, Manchester United do deserve that goal. Although we had a pretty decent first half going into the second half, I just really hope Iniesta's regen isn't injured out for long. Because I was really looking forward to playing with him when I saw that he had 5-star skills. Oh, this is really poor defending by me. And how on earth has Ross Barkley missed that? He should have really tucked that one away after he scored his first goal in such style. It's a good pass here to Ibra's regen. One final chance. We can try and pass it, and how on earth is he being out-muscled there? I do not know. And we end up getting a 1-1 draw from the game. And I have to say, both the goals were scored in spectacular fashion. And it was a very evenly contested game, a well-deserved draw for both teams. Once again, we're going to have some more player training, and hopefully we're going to get some growth from this one. And like I predicted, it's going to be Petr Cech's regen going up once more. Oh my god, thank god for that. He's only out for 8 days with a bruised elbow, but that could have been a lot worse. He literally went off during the goal celebrations, and I thought because of that, it would have been a much worse injury than 8 days. And for our final signing of this transfer window, we're going to be bringing in TOTTI's regen. And hopefully he will be good as backup, but I don't really see him having too much game time. We do have another away game, which we are going to go ahead and sim against Crystal Palace. And let's hope that we can get a win. And we end up getting a 1-1 draw, so not the best result. We do have a 1-year loan offer for Pirlo's regen. And I think I will go ahead and accept this one because we don't really need him. We've got plenty of midfielders as it is. And I'm just going to go ahead and send him out on loan. Wow, talk about a realistic transfer. Dele Alli to Atletico Madrid. I can totally see that one happening. We have a game against Colchester in the Capital One Cup, which we will sim. And we're going with a 5 at the back formation. Because I'm just a bit dirty like that. I'm feeling a bit dirty. But I also want to fit in as many players as possible and sort of rotate the squad a bit. We end up winning this one 4-1, an absolute annihilation. And I wouldn't have expected anything less than that. And we do have a game against Bournemouth, which we are going to sim at home. So hopefully that does mean we win. And we get another 1-1 draw. So again, not really the best result. And for those that are interested, those are the top deals that have happened in the transfer window. I do like the realism in these deals. I really do. I mean, I can understand Ousmane Dembele going to PSG for 50 million. But Dele Alli to Atletico Madrid. Just end my suffering. Again, though, it is the first of the month, and we will be taking a little look at the squad report to see some of the players that have grown. Ribery's regen is up to an 84 overall now, which is pretty good. And I probably will give him a bit of training because his finishing does seem a bit low. We've also got Rooney's regen growing very nicely. We also have Lampard's regen going up to a 78 overall, which is also nice. Cesc Fabregas's regen going up in overall. Modric's regen also going up to a 76. And it's also nice to see that Pirlo's regen is going up in overall as well. He does need a bit of a boost in his technical stats, and it is good to see that he's growing in them. And after some more player training, we do see Lucci going up again. That's +2 already this season, and he's gone up to a 77 this time. And again, another player training session sees another goalkeeper going up in overall, and it's going to be Petr regen at a 69. And a game against Newcastle that we do go ahead and sim sees us win 2-0. Morales and also Robben's regen getting on the score sheet. But now we do have the final game of the episode, which will be against Anderlecht. And I do believe this is the first game in the group stage of the Champions League. And this is indeed the Champions League group stage. And looking at the teams we have, we've got a bit of a group death here, or a death group, you should say. We've got Borussia Dortmund, Atletico Madrid, and we've also got Anderlecht. Not really many easy teams in this group. It's going to be Iniesta's regen trying to have a shot, and that's going to be a free kick in a really good position. And possibly our first chance that we've actually had in the game. Going to give this one to Ibra's regen, see if we can score this one. Going to put a little bit of power on it, and it's a perfect free kick. And Ibra's regen scores the first goal of the game from literally the first shot that I've had in the game. And that is certainly how you take a free kick. That is a really nice curling free kick over the wall. Not too much power, but just enough to beat the wall and beat the keeper. And Ibra's regen gets his name on the score sheet, and he's going to be banging in quite a few goals this season. I can sense it. Why is he running away from the ball? Are you kidding me? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen from a goal kick before. And luckily, we're not going to concede from that. But had we have done so, I would have been livid. Good interception by Ribery's regen. Now we can go on the break. This is looking very dangerous. We're going to play it off again. And it's a lot of space here for Iniesta's regen. We can try and get a ball inside. It's a good pass. And Schmiederbach does end up scoring. It's Lahm's regen that makes it 2-0. And it's the guy who makes the team tick with the guy doing the defensive duty in midfield. Linking up very nicely there. And it's a good finish. Although the goalkeeper and defenders should have done a lot better. It's Achiampong having a shot. What a good save that is by Buffon's regen. He's been absolutely perfect. He's barely put a foot wrong. And again, he makes another brilliant save. Trezeguet gets the cross in. And again, another lovely diving punch away by Buffon's regen. And it's in once more. And okay, I think his handling needs a bit of training. He should have caught that. Or at least just left it for a defender. That was a bit of a wild punch. It's going to be Lahm's regen. Playing it through here to Tevez's regen. And through once more. Can we score to make it 3? What? Tell me that's a penalty. It's not. Wow, we've been robbed there. That should have been a penalty, and we should have scored that to make it 3-0. So on the night, we end up winning this game 2-0, and it's going to be a perfect start to the group for us. The perfect start, getting the 3 points, and we absolutely dominated the game, which I'm very happy about. But this will be the end of this episode, and hopefully you have enjoyed. And if you have enjoyed this episode of the Regen Dream Team Career Mode series, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. In the next episode, we're going to be getting quite far, I reckon. We're going to try and get all the way into November if we can, but we do have a lot of fixtures between us and that date, so it's going to be interesting to see how many games I can pack into next episode. And if you want me to sign any regens or scout any regens for the January transfer window, do let me know in the comments down below. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.